Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. But before we do that, because I am jumping ahead, I just want to let you know that there is somebody impersonating me in the description box below. Do not engage with them if they solicit you for a reading or for anything. That's not me. That's not how I do things. So just know that right now that they are impersonating me, and it's not me, and it's not okay. They have been reported to YouTube the last time they used the email address of daneharttarot@yahoo.com. It's not me. Don't get a reading from them because it's not me. Okay, so with that said, now let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Pisces, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have personal power, the solar plexus chakra. Then we have universal light, the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above your crown. And finally, we have grounding, the earth star chakra, located 6 inches below your feet. And we'll get into these more, in depth in just a moment. So the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And we'll be equating the chakra cards, there we go, to the tarot. And do note that this deck, which is called the Witch's Wisdom deck, is quite different than any other deck, really, that I've seen before. It doesn't really equate back to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is a deck that has its own way, its own meaning, its own beautiful story. Yes, it does kind of follow the blueprint, the outline, the rough sketch, I think I would say, of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But it tells its own story. So I won't be equating it back to the zodiac as I usually do. And it has just its beautiful own way about it. It's very connected with the ancestral power and spiritual journeys and spiritual growth. So let's see what it has to say. So we start off with the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords. Then we have the Four of Water, the Four of Cups. We have the Witch of Water, which is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This would be the Knight of Cups, which, of course, you are a water sign energy, a cup represented by the cups in the minor arcana, right? So this is you definitely shining through as the witch. And then you have the Three of Earth. We have the Four of Fire, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The repeat of the number 4 shows that it is time to really look at what you want from life. It's stabilizing, it's grounding, it's also a time of celebration. You have the 10 of Air, 10 of Swords. You have the Pilgrim, which is beautiful after the 10 of Air, because the 10 of Air, the 10 of Swords can be very, very intense. The Pilgrim is, again, one of my favorite cards in this deck. And then you have the 6 of Fire, the 6 of Wands. You have the Ace of Water. You're definitely taking this gift. You have the Craftsman of Air, Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have the Wisdom Keeper. Oh, and then you have the 5 of Water, which is so sad but so beautiful. Okay, so let's look at the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Pisces? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Who are the people who will be aiding Pisces? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Who are the people who will be aiding Pisces? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, goodness. All right, these 3. Fantastic. So we have right here the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who is very grounded. This is somebody who sees the interconnectedness of things a little bit more than other people do. They see how things are connected, how things come together. It's like, well, if you did this, then this will happen. And you're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, I never put that together that way. And this is going to be how this person inspires you. It's either they're putting things together like as they're talking. It can be that you're inspired by them through any form of media. But you're looking at it and you're like, I never saw it that way. Or I never thought of it like that. Or I never thought of planting that seed in what I wanted from my life and watching it grow. And it's like, why not? And there's a power to them. There's this force to them, this kingliness that is very attractive to you because there's this embracing of a journey and of a way forward that really does set you free. And it leads you then to being inspired by the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person who asks why instead of why not, who sits there and pushes the boundaries and pushes the limitations and opens up their mind and opens up their reality to things. And it's like, again, it's going to be like, I never saw it that way. And this one is going to be just through words being said. This is going to be through, ideas being shared. This is going to be through something. It can be you're reading a book and you're like, oh wow, that's a beautiful passage, or you're listening to music and the words really just kind of hit you in one way or another. And that's what the Princess of Swords does. It's just like opens up this world. It's like, I didn't see it like this before, and now you're starting to, and it's starting to color the music of your world differently. It's like you can see it. It's like you can see music, which is really, really cool. And then you have here Aquarius energy. This is a time frame January 20th to February 18th. This is a person who heals, and their main thing in life is to let life be as peaceful, as loving, as calm as possible. And they send forward their healing waters on the earthly plane. They send forward their healing waters on the spiritual plane. And this is going to be a person that inspires you to just kind of step back and say, what is it that I want from my life? What is it that I greatly desire? How is it that I want to move forward? And it's not in that selfish way. It's not in the, well, I didn't have any of this type of thing. It's in that way of saying, what is my heart's truth? And why do I keep on trying to go down this road? Keep on trying to be like everybody else, when I need to just embrace me and see how it is that I am evolving and moving forward, and what is, my personal power during this time, because there's a part of you that's embracing strength. And do understand, Pisces, especially with somebody who is as kind and as nurturing and as loving as you are, when you embrace your strength, it's kind of like, you're a very empathic person, especially during this time. And when an empathic person embraces their strength, they can come across being a little bit harsh, because they're not good at it. They're not good at sitting there and saying, well, this is me and this is what I need and this is how I need to move forward. They're giving. And so as you're embracing your personal power, you can sit there and come across a little bit strong at times. It doesn't mean that you stop embracing your personal power. It means that you're taking on a new role within your life. And it's kind of like when you first start rollerblading, that's what Spirit is showing me. It's kind of like, you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall, I'm going to die, type of thing. And then you get your footing and you get your understanding, and you're like, oh, this is how I do it. And you hold on to the wall for a little bit, and then you let yourself kind of go out into the rink and be like, oh, this is it. And this is going to be you. It's like you're getting your sea legs, or your rollerblading legs, and you're figuring it all out. And then you're seeing that you embrace this power more, and then you do it more elegantly, more eloquently, more, in tune with the healing beauty that is you. And you start to open up doors. It starts to open up your world, because you're embracing the power of it, and it lets you be this light that shines forward. It lets you be this light that, embraces your truth and what it is that you desire and the way that you want to move forward. And it connects you with divinity, and it connects you with why you're on this earthly plane. And it's like, this is the light of my truth. This is the light of my story, and it grounds me. It grounds me in a way that I didn't know. It grounds me in the truth of my existence. It grounds me in my power, in my understanding, but it also lets me know, like, how do I want to be rooting myself? Like, what do I want to be rooting myself in? In prosperity, in abundance, in greater understanding? Is it in questions? Is it in pushing boundaries? And also, what am I planting myself in? What is the soil like? How am I nourishing myself? How am I moving myself forward? Am I being kind to my body, to my mind, to my spirit? Because you're embracing here with the Ace of Air, you're embracing here this beautiful song of truth, this beautiful melody of your universal purpose. And there is going to be this sense of something pulling you forward. It's going to be like this melody, this harmony, this sense of harmony inside of yourself that's pulling you forward. And you're going to say things a couple of times during this time period. It's like, well, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right. And people might be looking at you. It's like, well, how does that have a sound? Because you could be talking about something that has no sound to it. And it's going to be like, it doesn't resonate right with you. And you can feel the vibrational energies of things. You're very sensitive, you're very in tuned. And here what I love is that, this harp is made of bone. So it can be the bone of a fallen animal. It can be the bone of our ancestors. And yes, it sounds macabre, but it's kind of like everything is being used. And it's kind of like, it's almost like the song of the past coming into the present. And I know that sounds weird to say. And you might sit there and say, Dane, that got macabre, but it isn't meant to be that way. It is meant to be that you're singing the song of your ancestral truth. You're singing the song of the power that was blessed over you, but you're also singing the song of the curses that were spoken over you. When we talk about generational curses, okay, there is the sense of, the sins of the father being passed on to the son. We hear that all the time. I believe that is even in the Bible, right? And you look at it and it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, why does that affect me? And why do I have to have somebody else's curses? It's because their energy helped raise you. Their energy helped make you. And so you have that either spoken over you, or you can have that within the cellular level. And you're looking at things and you're going to see now that a lot of what you were raised with, a lot of the trauma and the drama, even if you were raised as lovingly and as nurturingly as possible, there are hurts and there are pains and there are times where we interpreted things maybe wrong, or our parent was short with us, or the person who raised us was short with us, and it messed up the way our song sings, the way we embrace our truth and our power and our beauty and what we want from life. And here you have the strings being spun by the spider, and each string is hitting a star. Each string is connected with the cosmos. It's connected with our dreams and our hopes. And the thing that I love about the spider is, if you know the story of Arachne in Greek mythology, she was this wonderful weaver, and she was said to be a better weaver than Athena was. And Athena is the goddess of weaving in Greek mythology. And Athena got so mad at her and came down and said, "That's it, I challenge you. We'll see who's the better weaver." And of course, Arachne is weaving, and hers is better than Athena's. And Athena doesn't let the contest finish. She just turns Arachne into a spider and says, "Now you'll weave all the days of your life." And so here, it is kind of like this spider right here is a better weaver than the gods themselves, which sounds maybe blasphemous, but it's powerful truth. It is like this power, this brilliance, this beauty that even divinity itself is taken aback by, has its breath stolen by. It's breathtaking, right? And so the song that we are listening to during this time, this song of power and of truth and of our way forward, but also the ways that have hurt us and that lead and that lend to that beautiful human element, because human beings can tell the difference between the music that a machine makes, that is absolutely perfect all the time, and that is done by somebody who is just the master of their craft. So here you are embracing that human element, and you're letting that humanity be part of your song, and you're letting yourself move forward, following the guidance of your heart and the vibrational understanding, the vibrational resonance of your being to rise. And it moves you to the whale song. It moves you to the Four of Waters. It moves you to this vibrational energy, handing you a gift that is so easy to overlook, because again, it's vibrational energy. It can't be seen. And the way it can be seen is by the beauty that it invokes within our lives, within our souls, within ourselves. And so here, divinity is handing you a gift, is handing you a cup that can be quite easily overlooked, and it's going to be quite different than what you are used to. But you find yourself here taking it, and you find yourself being a part of it, connecting with it, connecting with this love, connecting with these waters, connecting with this truth, with this bounty, with this greater understanding, with this brilliance forward, with looking at things anew, with saying, I'm slowly and steadily protecting myself in my elemental self, in where I feel at home with me. And even when I don't feel at home with me, I feel as if I am able to stand my ground and know my truth and move myself forward and embrace what I love and move away from what I don't, and not sit there and almost punish myself by saying, but it has to be this way, doesn't it? It has to be just like this, because you're finding that every single person is different and every single way forward is different, and you're embracing the beauty and the prosperity and the amazingness of the world around you and of the way to come and of the ways that you are moving forward. And it leads you to the Three of Earth. It leads you to this light shining down on you. It leads you to this new way of moving forward, this freshness of the earth, this power of the self, this way of you have the horse right in the landscape. You have this way of needing to move forward in this truth. And I believe this horse is in the United Kingdom, where there is just a sense, it's either in the United Kingdom or in Ireland, I can't remember. But there is a sense of this beauty being carved into the very land, this way forward, this freedom, this seeing, this understanding. And you're going to see yourself very much being inspired. It's like, well, why not? Why can't I move forward that way? And why can't I go after this? And why can't I? Because your heart is opening up and really cherishing what it is that you love within your life, within yourself, what it is that you are nourishing and nurturing. Because you have here the fox. And the fox in this tarot, in the major arcana, is right here. It starts our journey with us. It starts us as the pilgrims of our own adventure, of our discovery, as of our understanding. And so the spirit animal here is looking not at the spiritual understanding of our lives, but of their lives. And you have here the kits that are playing and that kit that is sitting right by them. And it is like, this is my home and this is my truth. These are my people, right? I watch over, I spiritually guide you. But in this moment, I'm looking at my joy and my happiness. So in this moment, when everybody else is calling on everything from everyone, you are looking at your spiritual truth, your spiritual happiness, your power forward, your greater understanding, your love, your beauty, your hopes, your dreams. And it doesn't have to be the same as everybody else. We tend to think, okay, these are the main things that we have to kind of check off in life, or that in the all live happily ever after brings us in mind of a Disney story or Cinderella, which is a Disney story, or a fairy tale. And here it's like, well, what if you want your truth to be a little bit different? And what if you are embracing your path forward and you're embracing your soul and you're seeing things so much more than you had seen them before? You're seeing things so much more powerfully, so much more beautifully, so much more in line with you. And it helps you to see that which passes on into the generations, that which, moves you forward. And it can be through children, it can be through art, it can be simply through living and the lives that you connect with. And the people who definitely sit by you like your little shadow, and they start to embrace aspects of you, and those of you that, those aspects of you that start to play and discover and understand and push the boundaries. And so there's this reason for celebration here. There's this reason for moving forward in power and beauty and glory and greatness. And then we have the 10 of air. And the 10 of air here is really beautiful. But the 10 of swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is the person laying on the ground with 10 swords in them. And it's the darkness before the dawn. And so here, it can be even starting to fly in your truth before the dawn, before everybody else sees it. It's the understanding of the lessons that you have been through, the doubts, the fears, the hardships, the pains, the disappointments, why you had to go through these trials and these tribulations. And then you start to fly. Then you start to find yourself. Then you start to gain an understanding. And it's like, well, this is it, isn't it? And if I didn't go through that pain, if I didn't go through that disappointment, if I didn't look at it, if I didn't kind of unravel it, because if we look at things and we look at the negative traits we have in our lives. So it can be that we're clutterbugs. It can be that we smoke. It can be that we, whatever, right? And we can look at it and say, well, why? Why do I have too much stuff around me that I say, oh, no, you can't come in. The house is too dirty, right? Or messy, not dirty, but messy. And it's like, because this is my safe way. This is my way of saying, this is my safe space. This is where I get to just be, where nobody can judge me because I'm tired of being judged. And so the door gets closed, right? If you smoke, okay, one of the reasons for it, and it doesn't have to be the only reason, but that you had toxic people in your life and you're filling your lungs with that same toxicity because now it's on your terms, right? And so here, once we name things, once we see things, once we start unraveling things, and this could be just sitting in meditation, looking at, like, why do I bite my nails? Why can't I, lose weight, or why can't I do this and why can't I do that? Yes, there could be medical reasons, most definitely, but there are also reasons of like, this is my shield, this is my protection, this is like, why does my body hurt? And we look at things and we start to unravel why our body hurts, when our body starts to hurt, when we start to get headaches, everything like this. And it's like, huh. Now it can be triggered by other things, most definitely, but we're starting to find the pinpoint. And with the 10 of air, I'm really seeing that as like This is a new dawn. This is a new way of looking at the world around you, looking at your power, looking at your understanding, looking at your desire forward, looking at what it is that you want, and looking at everything that's holding you back. And you're rattling it to its beginning. And once you pinpoint it, once you like name it, and you sit there and you say, well, that's the reason, isn't it? It doesn't become this big kind of spooky thing that has its claws into you. It becomes this thing that you can control, and you can either free yourself from, or at least you can name and say, I understand that. And so you understand that aspect of yourself a bit more. And then it leads you to this spot of beginning the spiritual journey, of sitting there and saying, I want more in my life. I want more from what I desire. I want more in my way forward. I want something beautiful. I'm embracing something beautiful. And that something beautiful is me. And as I do this, I am emboldened, I am self-assured, I am empowered, I am moving forward. And so here, you are called on this journey, and you really start to answer it. It's like your heart is called on this journey, and the spirit animal is looking at you, and it's looking at their lives, and it's saying, I want you to be a part of this. You're in the background right now. You're in this house right here, right? I want you to be a part of my beauty. I want you to be a part of my greatness, of my understanding, of my exuberance, because I'm leading you on a path that is extraordinary. It's not like Alice following that rabbit, right? It's like a whole new world opening up. It's like that loyal and faithful friend, companion that we always dream of having. And sometimes we are lucky enough to have. But it's that loyal truth that walks with us, that says it's time for discovery, that opens up the world within our psyche, within ourselves, and says, why not? Why not give it a shot? Why not move forward this way? Why not connect with the earth again? Why not connect with your rooted self, with what it is that you desire, what's grounding you, what's moving you forward? And then why not fall in love? You have this ancestral power moving you forward. You have the fireflies here, which always make me think of the ancestors. You have the sense of power and becoming and truth and understanding and wisdom and guidance. And the Six of Wands is saying, it's time to celebrate me. It's time for me to move forward like that really great boss that people love working for, that people sit there and are excited to be with. It's time. It's time for me to embrace that truth within my life, that power, that brilliance, instead of putting myself down, instead of being that boss that everybody scatters away from because they're never satisfied. They're always angry. And so here, it's learning how to be that celebration within your life, within your soul, within yourself to move you forward, because you have this beautiful gift of the Ace of Water in the public arena, and you have yourself taking it internally. It's like you're taking this gift. I have the frog right here, and the frog always makes me think of the acronym fully rely on God, right? Whether you say God, divinity, spirit, however you say it, however you see it, it's like fully rely on divinity, fully rely on God. You're being led forward in a way that you hadn't expected, in a brilliance that you hadn't thought possible. And it's like, it's time to move in that truth. It's time to release, and it's time to discover, and it's time to embrace the heart. And of course, put the effort in the time and the work, most definitely. But as you do so, it's time to see where the world leads you. It's time to embrace the blessings forward. And it's also time to release a lot of the anger, a lot of the negativity, a lot of the heartbreak, a lot of the pain that we just push down into a dark corner of ourselves and say, yeah, I'll deal with that another day, or I'm just being too sensitive. So instead of saying, I'll deal with that another day, or I'm being too sensitive, it's looking at it and it's saying, that has validity. Again, I'm naming it. Again, I'm letting it come forward. I'm releasing it through my eyes, through tears, through doubts, through fears, through apprehensions, but also through a cleansing and a healing, because I gave it validity. I looked at it and I said to that part of my psyche that is afraid, that is upset, that is overwhelmed, I say, I see you. I see you, and I'm talking to you. It can be kind of calling yourself into this beautiful open space like we see here with the wonderful Pilgrim card, and calling yourself into that beautiful open space and having the parts of you that are afraid, the parts of you that aren't starting the project that you want to start, that, aren't moving forward the way that you want to. And yes, you can say the state of the world is unprecedented, of course. Like, that's an absolute given. But it's like, why not start? what it is that you desire, what is holding you back. And then you see that part of you. You see that part of you that keeps you, scared, that keeps you overwhelmed in a specific area. It's like, why aren't I embracing my talents? Why aren't I moving towards my dreams? And that part of you could say, well, what if you fail? You failed before, and it hurt us. We're sensitive. We don't want to fail. We don't want to be left out. We don't want to be hurt. So better not try. Better just to stay safe. Stay safe. You'll be okay. I'm protecting you. But you're not fully relying on divinity. You're not fully calling on the power of God within you if you stay safe. It's like hiding away your gifts forever. Let them shine. Let them shine. Let you shine. Talk to yourself. Have those conversations. See what it is that they're saying. See what it is that little voice inside of you is saying, because a part of it is saying, it's time. It's time. Let's move forward. In a multifaceted, different ways, and in different callings and different truths, it's time to move forward. And it brings you to the ace. It brings you to the craftsman of air. It brings you to being an alchemist of your desires and your spirit and the way that you want to move forward and the way that you're putting things together. And it's as you're seeing these gifts that can be so easily overlooked. And as you're moving but you're moving forward from the pain and the hurt and the disappointment, and you're seeing a way to soar forward, you're putting everything together. You're kind of puzzling it all out. And you're looking at what it is that you desire and how it is that you want to move forward. And again, you're puzzling it. You're seeing it. You're seeing it more openly. You're seeing it more honestly. And you're working it all out. And it's like being an alchemist of your truth and of your journey and of what you desire and of what you're seeing within yourself, and then also what you're questioning. And as you do so, you have the beehive. Well, it's not the hive, but it's where you house bees, which I can't remember right now, right behind you. And it's like there's sweetness coming, and there's prosperity, and there's, a reserve and a strength. And then you have the far-sightedness coming forward, and you have that harp here, now in the beginning of this journey, made of bone, now made of wood, carved and beautiful, and set in your truth and part of your everyday existence. And you start to see yourself taking flight. You start to see your mind taking flight. You start to see the ideas taking flight. And as you do so, you connect with the keeper of wisdom, with wisdom's keeper. You connect with this truth, with this ancestral power, with this sage understanding of self and desires and ways forward, and what you love and what you want and what you need and who it is that you want to be. And this beautiful keeper of secret truths comes within the public arena of your life. And you're going to see that you're not really moving forward as you normally do, because there's such a sense of wonderment, but there's also such a sense of power and connection that it opens things up. And this card, which always makes me so emotional, here, where we have the polar bears walking with their babies, and then you have the emaciated polar bear right here with the poor baby, like barely able to keep its head above water, and the debris in the water. And so here it's like, what do you want your truth to be? What do you want your world to be? Do you want to walk in beauty and in a future, or is it going to be the emaciated wasteland? Because it's changing your mind and changing your whole entire life, and seeing that there is power within you and there is power around you. How are you embracing it? What are you calling forward? Are you giving up? Let's go deeper. Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Oh, and let's see the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Pisces is to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021 Pisces. Who are the people that Pisces is to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021 Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we have here with justice, excuse me. This is a Libra energy, time frame September 23rd to October 22nd. This is going to be a person very focused on rules, very focused on either everything has to be fair for everyone, and that's going to be really hard because somebody somewhere, no matter how kind you try to be, no matter how fair you try to be, somebody somewhere is going to be upset or disappointed. And this could be either somebody who's just trying to be so fair that they're not being fair to anyone, or just kind of like gave up and says, these are the rules, this is exactly how it has to be, and there is no give. So just be mindful about this, because you believe in this ebb, in this flow, and in this energy balance, and in this, taking things in and meditating on them, and, saying what is right for me as I move forward. Like, how can I discover, how can I be in harmony? And this isn't going to be this person. It's like, these are the rules, this is exactly how it's done. If you don't like it, get out, that type of thing. And it's just going to go so against you. But you're going to think like, am I wrong? Am I wrong for being this way? Am I being kind of wishy-washy? Should I be more, just absolute, give absolutes? Or should I embrace more of the heart, more of the kindness? And yes, more of the heart, more of the kindness, but without being taken advantage of. So it could be that this person, shows you how to stand in your truth, but not to the extent, because they're not standing in their truth anymore. They're just kind of escaping. That's what I'm seeing here. And then you have the Lord. The Lord is Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. This is a person who's astoundingly strict. It's like, this is the way it is. This is the way it has to be. I am the boss. If you don't like it, again, it's like, leave. And you're going to confront these people. It can be the same person. It's like, this is the way it absolutely has to be. And there is no giver and there is no take. And that's just not you. And so even with people who inspire you during this time, you might be very inspired by people who have this very set way of doing things, but you need to embrace this fluidity, this water sign emotion to everything. And then you have the Strength card. This is somebody who believes that being strong, or that, being a boss means being a bully. And that's just not true. That is just not true. This is a person who demands respect without giving any of it themselves. So here with Strength, it's like, embrace your personal strength, embrace your personal power, move forward in that truth. And Strength for you is it's kindness and compassion and understanding, but also saying, no, that's not okay, and this is okay. And their Strength is very underdeveloped. It's very much brutish and bullyish. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Star, the Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's gorgeous. The King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th, which I believe you have the Taurus right here, don't you? No, you don't. Okay. Then you have the Eight of Swords, the Emperor. So this is a positive Aries energy, whereas you also have a negative Aries energy. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. Okay. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to be happy as a pig in mud as you're embracing your truth, as you're following this gift, as you're, letting this love in, and as you're taking in this bounty and this beauty and this brilliance from divinity, and you're opening up your world, you're opening up to your song. This is contentment, this is beauty, this is saying other people might not understand, why I'm happy, but I am happy in this truth, in what I desire from life. And it opens you up to just this beautiful pearl, this beautiful sense of, as you embrace the sea, you embrace the gift of the sea, and you have the lighthouse here. So it shows you where the land is. It guides you forward. And these are the trials and the tribulations, because when a pearl is made, A pearl is not made because, the oyster or the clam or whatever has nothing better to do. It is made because it irritates the life out of that oyster. That oyster produces a pearl because a piece of sand got stuck in its mouth and it irritated it. It couldn't get it out. It coated it with mucus and mucus and mucus until it made that pearl. And that's what you're seeing here as you defend yourself, as you move forward. Every trial, every tribulation that you have been through, you're coating that irritant, that piece of sand with mucus. You're gaining your strength. You're gaining your understanding. You're gaining this brilliant, truth to your life. And you're moving forward. And it becomes this priceless jewel, this priceless work of art from nature and from your own perseverance and spirit that guides you forward, that leads you towards what you wish for, towards what you desire, that lets you see that you're stronger than you realized. And it brings you to the Ace of Pentacles: prosperity, bounty, success, beauty, abundance. These are the seeds that you are planting. This is the way that you're moving forward. This is what you want from life. This is what you desire. And divinity is giving you these seeds as it's showing you the beauty that is shining down on you. And you have the repeat of the Three of Pentacles here. This is part of your earthly desire. This is part of your way forward. Other people, yes, are going to try and take credit for it, but this is the bounty that starts to let you see that you're not doing it wrong, that there is a beautiful way that you are discovering your truth, or that you're seeing your bounty, and that the prosperity is coming forward. And it leads you then to the King of Wands. It leads you to being passionate and being, a defender of what it is that you want, not afraid to roll up your sleeves and go after and look at the beauty, the celebration, and to see all the hardship and all the pain and say, it didn't defeat me. It didn't defeat me. It gave me a greater insight, a greater understanding to the way that I am moving forward, and to the power that I have, the fire that I have within my life, within my heart, within my soul, for what I want from my existence. And it's not being selfish or self-centered or unrealistic. But people might sit there and say it is unrealistic to sit there and say, this is what I want. But it can be, doing the job that you need to do to uphold your responsibilities, and then embracing your passion on the side, embracing that brilliance to guide you forward. And it leads you then to the Three of Pentacles. It leads you to prosperity. It leads you to bounty and brilliance that others will try to take credit for as you begin this journey, as you sit there and you step into your power, you step into your grace. And it's like, I never thought this could be my reality. I never thought this could be my truth. And it becomes so powerful, and it becomes so brilliant, and it moves you forward as you stand in that truth, as you stand in that abundance, and you say, this is me. And that becomes the keys to your existence as you start to celebrate yourself, as you say, this is me. This is what I want from my life. This is what I need to move me forward. This is what I desire. And it opens up that truth and that reality and that bounty as you realize the power that you have within yourself, as you call upon that strength. And you're going to see with the Eight of Swords in the public arena, there are going to be times where you sit there, Pisces, and you just go, I can't. I'm trapped. I'm overwhelmed. I can't possibly move forward. What the heck blessings do you say that are coming my way? Because they're not. And how do you think that I'm ever going to make sense of any of this? And so with the Eight of Swords, it's stepping back. And here with the vole or the mole or whatever the heck animal that is, I do know that it is blind naturally because it's made for digging and seeing underground. And so here, when you're up in the light, or when you're looking at the hardships and the pains and the disappointments and the angers and the upsets, it's taking you out of the element. And it's saying, okay, you can look at that your whole entire life. People make their whole entire lives out of the Eight of Swords. Or you can look at your truth. You can look at what you desire. You can look at what you want from life. And instead of letting the doubts and the fears take over, you dig underneath them. You look at where the light shines for you. And it might not be where everybody else thinks the light should shine for you, but you start to see this truth. And this is a time where you have a road to pick. It's like, do I let doubt defeat me? Or do I look at it and say, I see you, but you don't get to have the say over my life anymore? And then that's when you decide to embrace the Emperor. That's where the Keeper of Wisdom comes into play. And it's like, okay, I might be grossly unprepared to lead my own life, but nobody else gets to lead my life for me. I claim my throne. I claim my power. I claim my understanding. I know my truth. and I move forward in this brilliance. I move forward in this strength. Even if it feels like I'm faking it until I make it, I move forward in this strength. And it brings you then to patience. Patience as you choose the road to walk. Patience as, yes, you see the heartbreak and the devastation and the disappointment within the world, but you also see the power and the beauty that moves you. Knowing that divine timing is beautiful and frustrating and what we need to guide us. So have patience. It'll be sweeter than you thought. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here the Flamingo Spirit. It says embrace the in-between. Embracing the in-between between the spiritual world and this earthly plane, the power that you have to move forward. But also know that you're very sensitive to the energy that's around you, the energy of other people, the energy of the foods that you eat, the music that you listen to, the books that you read. You know, everything is going to have an impact on you, and it's going to show. Because, of course, you know, flamingos are white birds. They turn pink because of the food that they eat. So here, it's like knowing that what you put into you, spiritually, vibrationally, you know, nourishingly wise, it shows. So just be very, very mindful. It then leads you to the Coyote Spirit. Trust in the divine detours, because divinity has a plan. Even when we're sitting there and we look at our lives and we say, what the heck is this for? You know, I never would have chosen this. I can't believe this is happening to me. You know, what's going on? Trust in the divine detours. Have faith within yourself as you move forward. But because it is better, have faith within divinity. Even though you can get mad, even though you can feel abandoned and overwhelmed, have that faith and see yourself moving in a direction forward that at times just might feel so overwhelming. And the trusting in the divine detours is so profoundly personal and powerful, because I think of all the divine detours that got me here, and I wouldn't change here for anything. Talking with you, you know, connecting, having this beautiful spiritual journey and awakening and understanding. But the detours that got here, at times they almost broke me. And that's what life is about. It's about the not breaking. When it feels like you're just a hair's breadth away, or the breaking and then pulling yourself back together. Because you can't stay down forever. You just can't. And then we have the Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. That's part of the divine detours. Sometimes life stings. It stinks, it does. Sometimes life stings. And it's too hard, it's too much, it's nasty, it's vile. But the sting, it reminds us. It reminds us to appreciate the good times. It reminds us to embrace our loves and our joys, and to look at our world and to see what we're creating. And it's like, oh, it's worth it, isn't it? Or else I have to go back to that. Or else I have to be that. Or else I have to be sad again or overwhelmed. Sometimes life stings. Sometimes life stinks. And it's just part of the truth. But it lets us appreciate the beauty so much more. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan, most definitely. Spirit has a plan for you. Know that that is truth. And try to walk as best you can in that plan, connected in that truth. Releasing. It's so hard for us as human beings to release and to know that Spirit has a plan for us. Your subconscious person message is the Queen of Pentacles. It's embracing the vibrational truth of your prosperity, of your power forward, of your bounty, and of your brilliance. It then leads you to the subconscious chakra message, which is self-mastery, which is the solar plexus chakra. There's a sense of coming into alignment, of embracing your power, of things becoming more understandable. And as you embrace this, you start to master yourself. You start to master your dreams and your ideas and your ideals. And it starts to move you forward. And it brings you then to your subconscious tarot message, which is the sun. The glory, beautiful, happiness, joy, strength, prosperity, brilliance, soaring high. The fruit, the bounty, the heart held in the hands. It's life at its most brilliant. Also, sometimes at its most terrifying. Because when you're riding high, you kind of know in the back of your mind you have to come down, right? And so here, it's embracing the sun. It's embracing the glory and the joy and the brilliance and the warmth and the exuberance of being. And it's letting yourself move forward in that truth, in that amazing journey. And it's letting it transform you. Don't let anybody rob this sun for you. Because people are going to want to. They're going to want to sit there and say, well, if you get to have all of this, they're going to want to take you by eyes. If you get to have all of this, then why can't I? And if you have this, then I won't have it. They come from a place of lack. You don't. Let the sun shine in on you. And let them deal with their own demons and find their own way forward. Because you have to walk your path of truth. Your subconscious, going deeper into your subconscious. You have the Six of Pentacles. Things need to be balanced. And gifts need to be realized. But there can't be just a taking and taking and taking, or a giving and a giving and a giving, and getting nothing in return. There needs to be this symbiotic relationship to move forward in harmony and prosperity and bounty of being. There needs to be balance. As the sun shines, and as you see Spirit's plan, as you start to kind of work it out. All right, Pisces, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward, embracing the jewels that we are, embracing the grace that we have, and knowing that divinity is leading us towards something greater than we could ever have imagined. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces.